Hello, galactic travelers, cosmic crew. What's up? It is September. It's actually 11/11 today. 09/02/2018 is another 11/11. And I just wanted to do a really quick video to tell you guys, hey, I'm alive, everything's cool. We have a lot of content, and I've done a lot of recordings of what the crew's been up to. Just know that we've been really busy. And there were just a lot of awareness and things that spiritually needed to be made aware of so we could call in the defenses and deal with it. And I actually have some of these taped. What's funny is that in all of them you don't ever hear the whole thing, because a call would come in and it would separate the line, but it always closes out perfectly. And just know that if there's any skipping on the videos that release, that's what it is, okay? That there's parts of it that were so intense, and plus I'm really having to follow my intuition right now and when to release these, because these are things that were just called in. So we want to make sure we give it time to concrete, okay? So I was, for a few reasons, have been behind. So for a few reasons I was behind the scenes, doing these different calling in these different activations, since now we're connected, and since we've entered into a higher density, and just like the OA was connected in May, and it took us some time to integrate that energy, and that is what a lot of you are feeling now. So I've talked about this before, and that's really why I wanted to get on today. Because if you're real quick, you know, if you're looking for information to help you through it, and to remind yourself what's going on, the information that I do in coaching is all on my videos. And a lot of this is the information that came in when I was personally involved in connecting the OA, finishing up the bodysuit. And those are the activations that a lot of you are integrating right now, because when we go up on these waves, it really is in time. So my May video, I think it's Galactic Human. I just watched most of it again, and it really is a piece of what I do in most of my starseedology readings with people with you guys that are still understanding why you're here and what's your mission and all of that. So this is information that came on in May. And so what's happening is you're integrating this knowledge, but you're having to do it within the physical. And if you're trying to keep your spirituality at bay, then it's not working, because we're in the spiritual world now, 100, okay? 100. So all about creating. We just had some cleanup to do. We just got out of that trine with the sun conjunct Draco, so that is another reason y'all are feeling a lot of dense energy come up that had a lot to do with the rape and pillage of our lineages. A lot of us with personal things coming up with, you know, children, or children we didn't have, or just this underlying victimization feeling. Well, understand that that's because these ancient volcanoes and which is really within our DNA, it has connected and is resetting. And so all of that energy is releasing from the inside of the earth and going out. And so it's hitting our fields. So you're clearing it, because this is, it doesn't matter if you've had a physical experience in this life with this, you've experienced this if you're on this planet, because you have that template, and you have to realize that you're connected to the earth. So that's why maybe you've been feeling these waves like this. That's why you know, I've been behind the scenes, because what's most important right now is that for those of you who are fully online now, because there are a group of you that are right there with me that are fully online, you need to make sure that you're calling in whenever things pop into your awareness that seem not right. Anywhere, whatever pops into your awareness, if it seems like it's not right, or if you get taken back to a different dimensional self and you're reminded that there's clearing that needs to be done here that you necessarily think might be a little nuts that you're doing it, and you're not doing it, then you're not connecting, because that we really are clearing that stuff out. We really are. I mean, 3 or 4 days ago, we were in a meditation doing some stuff, and I took down the I. It wasn't me, it was my soul, it was the consciousness that I was in, and it put out a command to put out the I, and then had a starseedology session, and the beautiful soul was like, hey, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but Disclosure Nation just put out something that all of a sudden these mainframes went down at the Pentagon, at the government, and all these satellites are offline, including the Snow White project, and the Q something, okay? So QAnon or Q whatever, I don't even know about all this stuff, but we did call it in, and then it was in our awareness. The video with Ruthie, where we were discussing our sessions and talking about the Black Dragon, and that happened on the 13th. Now we've gotten confirmation. I put this on Cosmic Christie Facebook. We've gotten confirmation that really happened. They're calling it Dracula, but it's the same thing. It's that energy that we sent away. We tricked it. It was a dimensional portal. It was, I'm not exactly sure how it all happened, but all these things that I'll be releasing, I have fuzz in my mouth. All these things that I'll be releasing over the next week or so will be time-stamped back to those events. And I think you'll see all the correlations. Other thing, crew members have been letting me know, you know, even watching the Golden Compass. If you are stuck in your house and you're doing the same thing that you've always done, you're never going to integrate the energy. You have to get out and do things that you haven't done before. New things, to remind yourself to do things differently. That is what we're being called to do. We're not going to intertwine with the 3D matrix in any form the way we used to do it. Integrating this energy and keep elevating, because I mean, this is just starting. I'm telling you, this wave that I just went on is going to hit the collective in October, and it's maybe not the entire collective, but it's going to hit the next row. And if you go back and look at my May videos, you'll see that I got this huge download, and I was like integrating this knowledge, right? And then how much it's changed, and now I'm telling you that there's this next consciousness layer that is 13. It's 13 dimensional consciousness that's available right now. But we're going now in processes, because our team is setting up those higher consciousness levels. So what's happening is I'm just getting glimpses, because I'm the red cosmic. I'm a galactic, yellow galactic human seed, and red cosmic Skywalker. So, and now I completely understand what that is. I have the ability in my Akash, because I've done this before, because this is what my soul incarnates for, is shifts like this. So I've done this before, but never in this way, because it's the first time that we've had it for that long, and we're going up in a human body and consciousness. And so right now you're integrating. I'm integrating. Everyone's integrating different consciousness levels, and it's not a competition. It's just what your body can hold. So literally, as your body raises, you can think of it like I wasn't going to do this. I'm gonna hang out with my son today, and personally, if you guys know me, my because I freed my schedule to do all of this with you guys and build the Cosmic Coalition, get out videos, ancient sites, different seminars, things I know are coming online, and he's living with his father right now, and it's our first time to really be apart, so, which is so funny, because then it goes back to that Mary Queen of Scots thing, which some of y'all also might have, I've heard just from Kayla today that came online with her too, because we're in these same programs, okay? How it works with, oh crud, what was I going to talk about now? Shoot. Hoot hoot. Oh, this is the spider web. This is your physical body. This is your emotional body. These are your chakras. And yes, we have like 360,000, some of us. Depends on how ancient our seed is, because it's just timelines. So the more timelines, the bigger your seed is. RH negatives, for instance, the more of these chakra layers and energies they have to clear. Okay, which is why it took us a while to all get online, which is why there are many RH negatives who still aren't even awake, because it is a lot to process and deal with, okay? But it's getting easier and easier. There's no reason that it shouldn't be done now. None. No reason. So, but what this does is whenever you clear your emotional body, when you clear all this out, then you get it really is a form of detachment from emotions and pain and trauma. You have to clear that emotional body. You have to clear those reactions, because whenever you start getting in these higher chakras, the information isn't always beautiful and glory. We know this. Especially those of us dealing with this right now that are in the forefront of the shift, because we're helping this shift happen. I mean, this isn't just happening all from above now. We are 100% online with the Galactic Federation right now, and especially the Cosmic Coalition crew, especially us. So if you identify everything as something that's happening to you, or that I think I'm better, or I have all the knowledge and you'll never get it, and that type of stuff, then you can't even interact with those layers, because your judgment is getting in the way and you don't understand the information, right? So when you go up into, these are really, if you think of it kind of like those stack cups, when we hit these energy waves, we really have these layers that is like, you know, 9D, 5D, 4D, 3D, you know, and all the ones in between. And so as we hit these consciousness waves, what's happening is your experience is matching your body frequency. And so you really are, depending on where your consciousness level is within your energy frequency, then it depends on what experience you're going to have. And so right now, 100% online is this one to anchor into. You can anchor into 5D now. That's what you're doing. You're anchoring into 5D. But some of you are having to anchor into 4D first. Okay, these are like these shifts. And I'm telling you that this 5D anchor will shoot us up to 13th dimensional consciousness, which is where we've been the past 2 weeks. And now it's to where I'm actually jumping, you know, in and out of them quite rapidly throughout the day. It's not even it's a minute by minute thing. And it's very new. Telepathy is off the chain with all of this. I actually got in an argument with someone. I had a glass of wine and I accidentally, I think, told him what he was thinking, and it freaked him out, you know. So I mean, this is like all new stuff coming online and we're learning. Go back and watch my May videos. This is exactly where a lot of you are, and this is when this information came online, with the galactic history, with the flesh suit, with the karma, with the clearing. Some of the information is not as complete as I have now, but I'm even talking so slow because it was so much information coming in, and you can tell the integration and the process from watching me do it. That was the whole point of me doing these videos without any job, any money coming in, you know, I did it all and made sure I could get them all out so that we'd have these ladders to send to people during their awakening process too. So right now I don't have a computer yet, so I can't republish the video. So I'm putting it here at the beginning and at the end. And then just go look at the other ones when we switched this covering too into, that was when really the celebration started, after the OA was completed. And so I feel like we're going in that direction. And of course this was the video that was posted on May 2nd, so exactly 4 months ago. Other shifts coming October of course, but September 9th, we bottomed out, so we went on a wave, then we bottomed out. We're coming out of that. Saturn's going retrograde. Saturn's going direct. I'm sorry. Saturn's going direct. Mercury is out of its shadow today. Saturn's going direct, gosh, I believe on the 6th. Venus is going to go retrograde. So Venus is going to spend 42 to 43 days, depending on if you're in Western astrology. That would be in Scorpio. In Vedic astrology, it'll be Libra. But whichever one, it's multidimensional, so we're getting a double dose of all of it for 40-something days, because Venus is going to go to about 15 degrees of Scorpio and Western, and then go retro all the way back to 1, and then go again. So get ready for another ride. That's what I'm doing. And go watch those videos. And as I can and as I'm allowed, I will start releasing these other recordings that are really just the actions and showing you how this multidimensional life starts taking form as you start taking other responsibilities in the Galactic Federation, in the Council, which I'm proud to say a lot of us are in now, I know, for sure, the beings that I work with. And I think that's it. Y'all have a wonderful day. And remember, if you're in the U.S., let's not celebrate Labor Day. Have you really thought about that? We're going to celebrate working for someone. So let's just celebrate this weekend and call in intent that all of the energy that is being released by every human on this planet as they celebrate anything and joy and laughter, all that energy is now contained and is released back with only light, only 1,000 times light. That energy cannot be densified. The energy cannot be transmuted into darkness. That energy is meant for pure from universal law, under contract with universal law. Any energy released in the heart chakra and in joy and harmony will be released in consciousness back to the world with full intent to shift humanity into the 5D paradigm and to the future. And so it is. Hoot hoot.
Where do we need to drink?
The energy.